Hi y'all, hey y'all, it's your girl Christiana, back again with another tea for the week. It is a very busy day, so y'all gonna kind of see me just popping in with this recording. It's still gonna follow. We're gonna get all the points hit and everything. But this one I felt like was really important. I wanted to get this to y'all like ASAP. So it's running a little on the late side, but it's okay because we're getting it done. But we're about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks into this new year, and I have decided that I'm boycotting New Year's resolutions. Like it's not, no, over here they're not happening. They're not happening here. And probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. So we're gonna get into that. But before we do, if you don't know what I'm going to say, well, you're about to find out. If you like it and you love it and you want more of it, this kind of content, don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell so you know when your girl is back on. Yeah. And let's get to this tea, okay? So I have a second to just finish eating a little bit of breakfast, getting ready to go into my next task. But before, I want to go ahead and get started with you guys before I do that. So why did I boycott? Why am I boycotting New Year's resolutions? Let's start with that first, okay? First of all, it's just most of the time. Now, there are some people who do stick to them, but majority of us, we set them. We may go hard in them. We may never get started in them, and or and then sometimes they just plateau, or they just decline rapidly, or we stop, or whatever happens in life that you just don't complete them. And so, for me, I had decided to not do New Year's resolutions. Instead, I got something else I decided to do. But give me a minute, I'll be right back, and I'm going to tell you about it. Hold that thought. And then, honestly, if you're one of those ones who sticks to your New Year's resolutions, then this video may not all the way be for you. I mean, it may not, who knows. But, I mean, like, if you're one who sets that goal and you stick to it, but for the majority of us, or for the most of us, or for those, some, even if it's just the some of us who just have a hard time, this is for you, okay? This is for you. And for those who are excelling in that area, please put your tips and tricks in below, because we would like to know. And we can see what registers with us, because at the same time, you still got to register with us for us to be able to follow it. But yeah, this is for those who struggle with sticking with those goals, okay? This may bless your life. So hang tight, because I'm coming with it, guys. And this is going to flow to another tea for the week, because I got some really good information that I just became privy to, and I want to share it with you guys. But yeah, I got to hold that thought, because we about to really get into it, and I got to go do something real quick. So I'll be right back. All right, so yeah, it's not going to be the brightest video, because I didn't want to turn on the light. I'm still kind of in like Zen mode right now. But so the reason why I had decided to boycott New Year's resolutions is, again, like I said, it's one major reason is because it's hard to stick to. For most people, it's hard to stick to. I'm going to look at the percentage real quick. I'm going to come back with that. Hold on. Because did y'all know that like literally only 8 to 9% people succeed in their New Year's resolution on average? And that means like 1 out of 4 typically give up on it. And the number one reason for giving up on your New Year's resolutions that you make is because you run out of motivation. Okay? You run out of willpower. Your tank runs out of gas. Okay? So I think even when you do stick to it, I feel like you lose momentum in your stick to. Like for the most, when you do, if you're that person who did stick to it, but then again, you weren't sticking it to it at the same caliber that you expected to meet your goal, or to meet your goal with excellence, right? So, yeah, on that note, boycotting New Year's resolutions. What I'm doing instead, here is it. Hold up, wait for it. Instead, I am changing to I'm taking out New Year's, okay? Let me go into a little bit of detail out of that, with that real quick. So I'm changing from New Year's resolutions. I'm not even putting new in there because new gives you this idea that it like, I feel like what you say is very important. I feel like it's really life and death is in the power of the tongue, right? I feel like what you say is very important. And if you're like me, sometimes if like you hold a lot of meaning to words, okay? And I'll get into that because that's going to steer into another tea for the week, depending on how you communicate. It's very, very similar to how you like to interpret love, right? So for me, the word and the verbiage does matter because I feel like it does this thing, and it's actually been statistically and scientifically proven that that the things you say, the things you think, also do trigger certain things in your brain, right? So take out new because new gives you this thing that once it starts to feel old, or once you start to feel like you've already been in it and it doesn't feel new anymore, I feel like that kind of triggers you to take away that momentum as well too. Take out new. That's a very important tidbit because new tricks the brain into like beginning of the year, right? It tricks your emotions, your brain, everything that's lined up to getting that thing done to it sticking to when it feels new, when you still feel like the year is new. The year probably won't feel new after you've been through some things by February, March, April, May, June, July, all the way to the end of the year, you know? So it's going to be like, it's going to really kind of keep you in a box towards like the beginning of the year, right? That's one bit. The other one is to just resolute all that stuff. I mean, you can still use the term resolution, whatever, but for me and mine, and my thoughts, my willpower, and where I'm at is it's just my year's mission. The year's mission. When I say year's mission, it's this year's mission. It's 2023's mission. It's 2024's mission. It's 2025's mission. It gives this feeling. Again, the words trick the brain, puts everything in order because you speak and things become. And it makes it like an assignment. It's something that has to be completed. And all steps that are required for that mission to be completed are, have to be detailed and laid out. Write it down, first of all. Always, anytime you have a goal, a dream, anything you're trying to reach, write it down. Writing it down is like, it is, I mean, that's like biblical on top of that, first of all. But the other thing is because it's kind of like creating a contract. And it's like creating a contract with like the universe and how it works, right? And how, for me, I say God, Elohim, God, Yahweh, that's me. But, whomever you follow, whoever you follow. Yeah. But yeah, write it down. Solidify that contract because the laws of nature and how this world works honors that. Especially when it works for your higher good. So write it down. The other one would be to write the steps. Write the steps that you want to complete, that it takes, and make them attainable steps. Oh my gosh. Like when I mean attainable, I don't mean dream small. What I mean is step one. Because just in order to get from one destination to you pull out your GPS, you don't just magically skip, hop, and get there. It literally takes you go down this road. You take a right turn here. You take a left turn here. There's a traffic jam here. You're going to have to slow down right here. I mean, you literally have to lay out sometimes the steps. If you don't know all the steps, write what you do know. Okay? Write what you do know. Research what you don't know. And if you still can't get all the information, then just take a step in the right direction where you do know it. And the rest will come. You have to trust that once you make that contract, the way everything is set up is when you are doing it with good heart, good mind, good intentions, and righteousness. And righteousness doesn't mean just good intentions. When you're doing it with that, it's like the laws of this world have to honor that. So take the time, write down the steps that you do know. And then start taking those action plans to implement it. So that means taking that first step, doing something. I don't even want to say taking that first step because somebody like, that means doing all the prep work to implement it. Yeah, that, I mean, the prep work, yeah, do that. But honestly, you need to make sure not only are you just prepping to do something, but you actually do something. Okay? And then you follow that same pattern until it becomes a habit. And they say it takes 2 weeks. Some people say it takes 2 weeks. I honestly believe it really takes a month to develop a solid habit. 2 weeks to solidify it. Oh, okay. 2 weeks to kind of like develop it, make it a thing, but a month to solidify it. There we go. Yeah. And I mean by what I mean by solidifying it, I mean making it kind of like a routine part. 2 weeks, because 2 weeks, I feel like that's the time frame for you to kind of comb through, work out the kinks, get it together, figure out how this habit works for you, this new habit you're trying to develop. But a month to like make it like it's a thing now. So there's that. Then you want to, when you implement your mission, it's like your brain is now thinking, okay, this is what I have to get done throughout this year. So it kind of, and also takes away a lot of the pressure of having it done immediately. And when you don't follow that immediate time frame, that you get disappointed and burn out because you didn't meet your time frame, or it didn't meet the new year, or it didn't happen immediately. You already know in your mind that whatever is going to happen is going to take less or the course of the year. So you're setting your expectations. If it takes less than a year, then okay, great. That just means it's something you have to get done in 2023, and give yourself a month. If it's like short, give yourself, it has to be done by this month in 2023. And then you can check off, okay, in the path of completing my 2023 year's missions, this major check mark has already been checked off. This major step has already been taken. So yeah, there's that. And I have to go again, so I'll be right back. Really busy later on that day, so I'm finishing up today, and I'm going to go into the other T4 week I had planned for you guys. But pretty much what I was thinking about and what kind of came to my mind as I was enjoying my holidays with my family and friends, and just, taking the time to just really soak it all in, and ending the year with a bang, beginning the next year with an even bigger bang, and setting my expectations. But yeah, so basically to wrap it up, boycotting New Year's resolutions, mainly because, as I said, it doesn't serve majority of people, and a lot of it is because you get burnt out, as I stated. And the best thing to do is to just honestly, if you make it a mission, the way you approach the whole situation as, okay, this is just something that is going to take some time. This is something that it's a process. It's not just going to be for this amount of time. And it sets the expectation. That's pretty much the best term to say. It sets the expectation for knowing that it's going to be a building strategy. It's not going to happen in the first couple months. It's going to be something that is going to be a continuous cycle of working and bettering until you reach excellence, and then maintaining the excellence. So, and had a good time just relieving the stress and enjoying fellowshipping with my friends and family, as you see here. And that is pretty much what 2023 mission for me. It's a mission to complete my goals, to create better habits for myself, and consistency. Yeah, those are like major missions for me in this year, and things that I am working even now to create for myself. And it's the stepping stone for the great big life vision board. It's this year's vision board that's lays the stepping stone for the life vision board. So yeah. So you already know who I'm talking to that one. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I know you're probably gonna be like, after 10 years, this is what you give me. Yeah. In a nutshell, boycotting New Year's resolutions. And that's why. and implementing a better plan, at least one for myself. If you think that it can help you, then hey, please feel free to borrow it. But that's it for today. So always remember, my kind of design your own kind of life, and never forget to dream. Love you guys. See you next time. Bye.